over in Italy. It's been over for a long time as Juventus have been champions for what seems like forever. But who's going to join them in the Champions League next season? We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video, this time looking forward to match day number 36 in the old 2018-2019 Serie A season. We'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Serie A related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related, all here under one roof. Now, let's take a look at it. Before we jump into 36, we're going to take a look back at match day 35, boys. I tell you what, the prediction king, it's been on holiday, I think, because he's an absolute shit show here for this one. So let's take a look at it. First and foremost, Juventus, obviously champions for a long, long time, took on Torino, and they could only manage a 1-1 draw at home as well. So that was a bit of a banana skin for them. But obviously, I think maybe they're resting a lot of players, but just taking it easy because pretty much their season is over. Actually, saw it was a 2-1 win for Juventus. To see out the season. Chievo took on SPAL, and oh my goodness, obviously Chievo are a long time relegated with their points deduction as well. SPAL stomped them 4-0 away from home to give them a big fat win, and that win puts SPAL up to 11th spot on the table, actually 1 defeat in 6 for SPAL, so they're ending the season in pretty good form. I actually saw it was a 0-0 draw, so yeah, got that one absolutely wrong as well. Believe me, there's a lot of red here, folks, so don't worry about it. You know, I have bad days, and this was definitely a one of those. Udinese took on Inter Milan. Obviously, Udinese looking to get points to get themselves out of that relegation chit-chat. And they managed a 0-0 draw up against Inter Milan. So a bit of a drop points for Inter as they make it 3 draws on the spin for them. Open up the door for Atalanta and AC Milan to sneak in there and steal that Champions League spot. Actually saw it as a 3-1 win good in favour of Inter Milan. Meanwhile, Empoli took on Fiorentina. And again, another shocker on the cards as Empoli picked up a 1-0 win over Fiorentina. And that win for Empoli gives them a big old boost as they're trying to get out of the old drop zone now. 2 points adrift of Udinese after that defeat. After that draw. So chances there for Empoli to get out of the drop zone. Actually saw it a 2-2 draw, so not too far off, but ultimately wrong. And a big fat red blob for you. Lazio took on Atalanta. Big game this one, and a big result for Atalanta. 3-1 winners over Lazio, who now are in 8th spot, and they look to be long shots for any kind of European action next season. Big win for Atalanta, pushes them into the 4th spot now. 3 wins on the spin. Actually, sort of a 1-0 win going in favour of Lazio, so I got that one as well. Meanwhile, Parma took on Sampdoria. Is this a bit of a rivalry, local? I'm not too familiar with the geography of these two teams. But yeah, ended up as a 3-3 thriller, 6-goal crunch fest. I actually got this one just a little bit wrong, just a pinch wrong. I did see a lot of goals in it. I saw a 5-goal thriller, not a 6-goal thriller, in favour of Parma. But ultimately, the points were split here, and that point for Sampdoria pushes them up to 9th spot. As for Parma, they are in 14th spot. 5 draws on the spin for Parma now. Sassuolo took on Frosinone, and again, that was a 2-2 draw. A lot of goals in that one as well. 4s on the spin. Frosinone, are they down? I think they still have a mathematical chance with 3 games left. No, they're down. They are down and dusted. They're just 1 point adrift of it with only 9 on the table. So they're down, and that result confirmed it. I actually saw it as a 2-1 win. Again, just 1 goal shy for me. 2-1 victory for Sassuolo. Genoa took on Roma. Genoa now into 16th spot after a draw against the nicest man in football, Claudio Ranieri's side, Roma. Has he done enough to secure the job? Well, he's unbeaten in 6 games now. 3 wins, 3 draws in that cluster, including this draw here against Genoa. I actually saw it as a 2-1 win going in favour of Ranieri and Roma, but no joy. Napoli actually got me a big fat win for a change. 2-1 win over Cagliari. I actually saw it as a 2-0 win for Napoli, so that gives them a big old boost. 3 wins out of the past 4 games for Napoli now as the season comes to a close. They've secured 2nd spot now with that victory. Inter Milan had an outside shot to upset the odds there. AC Milan took up Bologna, and again they squeezed a 2-1 win over Bologna to give themselves their Champions League shot a boost. Actually saw it as a 3-0 win, so got the right amount of goals, just didn't distribute them correctly, but ultimately it got the kind of right result in the end. Moving on to this weekend's action over in Atalanta up against Genoa. Atalanta coming to this in 4th spot, like I said, unbeaten in at least 6 games. Winning 4 of them, drawing 2 of them, up against the Genoa side, who are in 16th spot, and they're only 4 points are clear of the drop. A win for Genoa would probably get them clear. In fact, it would probably mathematically do the job as they start the game 4 points clear of the drop zone. But they're not going to win this one, so they will have to battle on for the next 2 games. 2-0 win for Atalanta. Cagliari will take on Lazio, and again, Cagliari They're safe as houses, up to 12th spot, 40 points on the board. Still mathematically could get sucked into it, but I don't see it happening. 3 defeats out of the past 6. 2 defeats on the spin as well. They will win though against Lazio. I see this as a banana skin for Lazio. In 8th spot, I think they've gone off to the beach already. Their form is not great either. 3 defeats out of the past 6, and those other 3 results are draw and 2 wins. So it's a draw, a loss, a win, a loss, a win, a loss. Well, if the rhythm goes, it might be a draw. But Cagliari will pick up a 1-0 win over Lazio. Fiorentina will take on AC Milan. Big game, this one. Is it? Not really. Not really. It could have been. It could have been a big game, this one. Fiorenina's season has gone off the rails. And they've also, in the relegation bracket, I would say, 3 defeats on the spin for them. In fact, they haven't won a game in 6 up against the AC Milan side. I see a lot of goals in this one. 5 goals in total. 3-2 wins for AC Milan. And that win could close them into a Champions League spot. Currently, they are 3 points adrift of that. And they're chasing Atalanta, and they're chasing Inter Milan with 9 points available, so they must win. Torino up against Sassuolo. Torino come into this in 7th spot. They've also got outside aspirations of Europa, or at least European football, I should say. Sassuolo on the flip side. They'll be playing Serie A football next season. They're unbeaten in at least 6 games. So are Torino. Big crunch clash this one. Torino will win it though. 2-0 winners at home to maintain their strong end to the season. Sampdoria will take on Empoli. Now Sampdoria come into this in 9th spot. Yeah, they're not gonna be in the European consideration via the league anyway. They might have some other ways through cup action. They'll take on Empoli, and Empoli are in 18th spot. It's a must-win game for Empoli, and their form book is not great. 2 wins out of the past 6. And most recently 1 win out of 4. Difficult one to see. I think Sampdoria will win it. Their form book is not great either. 4 defeats out of the past 6. Haven't won a game in 3. But I see them coming out on top with a 1-0 win. Squeaky bum win over Empoli. There's nothing on the line for Empoli, so they'll play with a bit of freedom. And they'll take home the 3 points. Frosinone will take on Udinese, and that will be a 0-0 draw. Obviously, Frosinone are doomed. Udinese on the flip side. This will give them a bit of breathing space, but not much. It will just extend their lead over Empoli to 1 point if the predictions go the way they are, or as I've predicted. And it will still make an interesting end to the season. It will not get Udinese completely clear, and it will not drag Empoli down completely. So it will be still all on the line going into the final 2 games. Meanwhile, SPAL will take on Napoli. Obviously, SPAL coming into this with that monstrous 4-0 win over Chievo away from home. SPAL coming into this with 1 defeat out of the past 6. Good form for them. Napoli on the flip side, 2 defeats out of 6 as well. But most recently, back-to-back wins for Napoli. But I think they'll get a 3rd victory to their form book with a 3-1 win over SPAL. And it's not the penultimate game. They got 2 more after this. So a big 3-1 win for Napoli, even though they're going to finish second. They can't go up or down. You know, they're going to finish second, runners up. Meanwhile, Roma up against Juventus. Game of the weekend, this one. Obviously, Roma got things to play for. Juventus on the beach already. I don't even know if Ronaldo's going to be playing these games. I see a Juventus victory, though. I think Ranieri's just too... obviously, Roma's form book is pretty decent. Unbeaten in 6 against Juventus's form book of 1 defeat in 6, and they haven't actually won in 2 games. They've drawn the past 2. So I see Juventus getting back to winning ways. It's just one of those. It's just I want Ranieri to stick around at Roma next season, and I think if he's going to do that, he has to get them into Champions League football, and I don't think he will get that. 2-1 win for Juventus. Bologna will take on Parma this weekend. Bologna are in that relegation dogfight. The form book is pretty good. 1 defeat out of the past 5 up against the Parma side, who are in, where are they these days? They're also in 14th spot, also in that relegation spot. 5 draws on the spin for them, and they haven't won a game in 6, so 5 draws, 1 defeat in that mix. They'll lose this one as well. Bologna will get a big fat win, and that will give them a boost going into the final stretch and push Parma into the old mire there. And wrapping up the weekend, it'll be Inter Milan up against Chievo. Inter Milan are in 3rd spot. They're unbeaten in 6 games, but drawn the past 3 up against Chievo side, who are down, have lost 4 at the past 6. Inter Milan will get a nice, comfortable victory, though, 3-1 win at home to maybe secure the Champions League football. I think it'll still go to the next 2 games. It'll just give them a chance. It'll boost their opportunity for Champions League football next season. And speaking of next season, folks, I will be back next season to predict... Well, I hope to be back next season to predict the 2019-2020 Serie A season, just like this. We'll have to wait and see, just to see how my time management skills go in the month of August and that. But until then, we will go again for the final 2 games of the season. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. I am back next week weekend to predict the penultimate games of this season to see who will join Juventus in the Champions League. Check out the old description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. I am on Twitter. I am on Facebook. Make sure if you want to reach out to me and have a good old chat, maybe talk about something you want to see on the channel, just do it via Twitter, via Facebook, or you can stick a comment in the comment section down below. And while you have it, make sure you comment about this weekend's action. What you think is going to happen? Will Napoli continue their winning ways? It doesn't really matter. They are safe. Will AC Milan pip anybody to that Champions League spot? They've got a lot of work to do if they're going to get there. But anyway, I'm also on Patreon. If you want to check that sucker out and offer me some support in another way besides your viewership, that is there is an opportunity for you there. There is a couple members already in the Patreon exclusive VIP gang. So if you want to join those VIPs, just explore the old Patreon link. And we'll go again next season, folks. There's plenty of more videos on the channel, predictions happening left, right, and centre. But until then, thumbs up, subscribe. Chat for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.